Hi, I'm Liz Lang, and I'm part of the Pratt Library team. This video is an introduction to Zotero. Today we'll learn what Zotero is and what citation managers in general are, how to set up a Zotero account, how to add citations to your Zotero libraries, how then to export bibliographies from those libraries, and then how to share resources with group libraries. So first, what is a citation manager? In general, it is a tool that helps you collect, organize, and cite your references. We are specifically using Zotero for this project for a few reasons. First, it's freely available, regardless of your institution. It has easy integration into common web browsers, and it supports tools that allow for easy collaboration across institutions. It is similar in function to other citation managers that you may be familiar with, like EndNote or Mendeley. These are different than citation creators like EasyBib that can help you with the correct format, but don't necessarily help you with the organization. Let's focus a little bit more on how Zotero can help with your research. Zotero is a system that syncs web applications with browser extensions to your desktop library, all of which you can then use directly within Word or Google Docs as plugins to create in-text citations and in bibliographies. Through Zotero, you can prioritize your sources through a file system in your libraries and also through shared group libraries. To get started, we need to go to zotero.org. Once we're at that zotero.org, you want to hit that download button. This will take you to a page where you can download both your desktop library and a browser extension. Zotero should automatically detect your machine and browser and give you those relevant options. If not, click other platforms or that Zotero connector for other browsers. First, let's download your desktop library. So click Zotero for Windows or for Macs or Linux. Note it's not available for Chromebooks. This desktop library is the main software supporting the application. Click on Download, and then you want to hit that setup file to open the file on your computer. You'll want to go through the full Zotero setup wizard with clicking Next and Final. I already have Zotero downloaded on this machine, so I'm just going to cancel out. You also want to install your Edge connector. The browser connectors are available for Microsoft Edge, Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. This may look slightly different depending on which browser you're using, but you should be able to follow the steps with clicking Get or Install to download the icon. Once successful, you should see a sheet of paper next to your address bar. Note that this icon could change depending on what type of document you're viewing. So for example, a web page will look like this piece of paper. If you're on YouTube, it should look like a camera icon. If you are not seeing that icon, you may need to make the extension visible. For Edge, you click on that puzzle piece and then go down and make sure that your Zotero connector is visible. You'll want that on your browser as you do your research. Now that we have all of the software downloaded, there's one final step to get started. To sync your browser connector and the application, you need to create a Zotero account and log into your desktop library. So we go back to Zotero, and in the right-hand corner, you should see a register link. You'll need to enter a username, your email, a password, confirm you're not a robot, and then register. If you already have an account, you can go into Login and log into your Zotero account. Then once you have an account, you need to sync your online account that you just created with your desktop library. So go into your desktop. You should see, once it's finished downloading, this Z icon for Zotero. Click in that and open that desktop library. Once you're there, you will likely not see anything in here. You need to go to Edit, you need to go to Preferences, and then here you should see a opportunity under Sync to link that account. Hit OK, and you should then start that syncing process. With that, we're ready to add sources. I'm going to exit out of the library for a minute and go back to our web browser. As you're searching for any of the articles in those databases that you just learned to use, you can find a useful article and then add it with the web browsers. So if we go into PubMed, I have a search already pulled up. I can go into any one of these articles, and I see that my icon has turned into a paper. So I can click that icon and it's saving to my library. If you get any kind of error message, once you click on that, you may need to go back into Zotero.org and log into your account to make sure that everything syncs automatically. This will automatically then add your article to your desktop library. If you don't see that article, you want to click that green link in the green arrow icon in the corner to sync your library. So this is what we added. We can click on that and we can see that we have our authors, our title, so it is copied over all of the information needed for the citation. You should check your citation each time after you add it to make sure that all of the needed information is picked up through Zotero to create a full citation. You may need to edit this manually by going over and just clicking on these and making your edits. You can also add articles to your desktop library by searching ISBN, DOI, or PMID numbers. You can add those with this little wand icon, and we can enter our information. So if we have a PMID, we can find that typically on any PubMed article, and it should be right under the article title. So we want to copy that, go back to our library, click that wand icon, and search. We can see now we have 2 of those articles, and they have all of the same information, maybe in slightly different formats. We can also add articles to our libraries manually by clicking on this plus icon. You want to select what kind of article or what kind of source you have, and then it will open a blank screen here, and you can enter all of that information manually. We can also create collections and sub-collections to organize all of your articles. You can see on the right, I already have a handful of different folders that I've created to organize all of my articles. We can add a new folder by clicking on this folder icon right up in the corner. And it's just going to ask our name. And we have a brand new folder. From here, we can go back to our library and select any article that we want to add to that folder and drag them over into the new folder. And see all 5 of those articles are now in our test folder. Selected all of your articles in your folders, you can create bibliographies in 2 ways. First, you can export them through Zotero. So if you right-click that folder, and you can go down to create bibliography from collection. You want to select your citation manager or citation style, the output mode, either citations, which are in-text citations, or full bibliography, which is your end bibliography, and then your output. If you are already working in an external document, I would suggest copying to a clipboard. Go into a Word document copy and paste your citations into that Word document. You may need to play a little bit with the format of those articles, but you should generally have the right citation format in those articles, depending on which citation style you selected. You can also create bibliographies in Word or Google through your plugins. You can download your Zotero plugins through Word. For more information, see the additional resources that was included with these videos. The last item we need to cover is how to create group libraries. So we need to go back to zotero.org and hit groups. From here, you can create group libraries, which allow teams to collaboratively find and curate resources. To create a group, you want to go into create a new group, choose a name, and then you'll need to select your access level. I would recommend at least public closed membership or completely private. Public open groups are not able to share files, just citations, which limits the usefulness of group libraries. After you've created the group, you can see what kind of setting options. You could change how your group type to private or public open. You can also change who has the ability to read the citations, who has the ability to edit the citations, and who has the ability to manage the files. After you're done with that, hit Save Settings. And once we've done that, we need to go back to our group page, go into our group library, which we just created, and manage members. This is how we can add members to our library so that you can share all of your resources with your teammates. From here, we want to hit Send More Invitations, and then we can enter your group members' email addresses and send invitations this way. It does go smoother if all of your group members already have Zotero accounts, but if not, they'll prompted to make an account. Your partner should get an email that allows them to accept this membership. Once we have done all of that, we can go back to our Zotero desktop library. And if we click the green arrow button to sync our libraries, if we see that CCHMC example, which is now empty, but I can then again select articles, select multiples, moving them into my example, and we now have our group libraries. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the Pratt Library at prattlibrary@cchmc.org. Thanks for your time.